Hi everyone, I wanted to add a little bit to that previous video, clarify a couple things, and add some information too for you. One thing I forgot to mention, this is kind of important, is if you were to set something like this up, you want to reverse these plugs that go to the battery, okay? Your modular, your pigtail on the battery, that's this one here. So these plugs are actually reversed, meaning that I couldn't inadvertently plug in the solar panel to this pigtail, because on this pigtail the red wire is the female plug, female plastic plug, but on that wire, on the solar cables feeds, that is also a female on that one. So you couldn't put them together by accident and feed these other cables that I have, these other two cables that I have, into the wrong way. So that's something to consider. Another thing was, I mentioned laying it in my windshield. I obviously meant lay it across my dash. So there's that. Now you might ask, why would I do this and how much did it cost? Because you can buy the portable systems all ready to go. Well, that's a good question. The reason why I did it is because a lot of it has to do with the charge controller. The charge controllers are on these portable units that you can buy ready to go, are the less expensive PWM, pulse width modulation types, that are essentially aren't as efficient as the MPPT type. So that was one of my decisions. I wanted a better controller, for one. The other thing is, I wanted to be able to have more versatility, and the ones you can buy ready to go have about a 12-foot cord on them, and that's the part that has the alligator clips, and you run it to your battery. Well, if you've got a trailer with the battery on the tongue, that might work okay for you. But in our case, we have that dual battery in a slide out scenario, and it's very hard to access that. It's very tight. So trying to clip alligator clips on that would have been really hard. I realize I've added in a lot of connectors here and there, a couple extras in any one configuration, a couple extras maybe are in there, and probably losing a little efficiency because of some resistance or something, but it seems to be working really well. Earlier I unplugged my camper and turned on every light, and I turned on my inverter, which runs only the TV over there. I turned on the TV, so I just turned on everything I could get going that had battery usage. At that point, you can see now that thing says 13.1 on it. So I still got my inverter on, I'm just not using the TV right now. So, and the inverter will use power while it's on, even if nothing's using it. But anyhow, that number there is monitoring the battery, and that's the number I'm going by. I don't know if it's 100% accurate with the way I'm thinking about this, but that thing was at 12.3 the entire time. I had everything running with the generator, the solar panel hooked up with full sun, and it was holding that the entire time. About an hour and a half ago, I shut everything back off, and now it's up to 13.1 on that. So it's a pretty sunny day here. And as you can see, and here's the solar panel again, kind of cooking in the sun there. So what did it cost? Well, here's what it cost. The panel is $144. The solar charger was $118. 100 feet of 12 gauge pure copper stranded zip cord was $78. The tilt stand that I showed you was $30. That's the stand that holds up the panel, and that'll break down to next to nothing with the two 1x2s that I have with it. Also, it'll store pretty easily. And the panel itself is, and that's aluminum. The panel itself is, I think it's 6 pounds or something. It's very light and flexible. You can stick them down on your roofs too with the proper sealant and everything if you want to go that way. I don't think I'm going to go that way. The alligator clips were $10, and then there was $25 of the MC connectors and some miscellaneous stuff. That adds up to about $405 for 100 water. Well, you can buy the 100 waters for about, well, under $200. So essentially I spent double. I love throwing money away. No, really, I have a much more versatile system though. I have two cord lengths for my my solar panel. If I don't need the 32, I'll just hook up the 12-footer that you saw me making earlier. And then I also have a third setup where I can lay it across my dash. I don't know how much is filtered out by the windshield, but we'll see how that works out. Then it's also safe and from being blown away or stolen or something like that. Not exactly sure how I'm going to secure this yet, but I'll figure out something. And then I also have another, I can charge up a separate battery that's in a different location. So there's a lot more versatility in what I have here. Also less weight. Even the 100 watters with solid panels on them, not the flexible types, but they're fairly heavy, and I don't think it, would be as convenient for me, so that's why I decided. But probably primarily it was about the solar charger being better, and also the fact that clipping alligator clips onto our camper's 2-battery setup was going to be a real pain. So anyway, just wanted to add a little bit to that video. Hopefully I can make it mesh. Bye bye.